We are going to learn things today, everybody, while we talk about chess and have fun. I promise you it will be an educational bullet brawl, and hopefully not one where I let several seconds click off my clock right away all the time. And now we have a repeat of the first game of the show today. We have this, again, this winner French. We will see if, okay, so black is choosing the same line with castles rather than the main line with, I guess I'm still going to go queen h5, the main line with knight b to c6. And I'll go for this, knowing I have to give up the bishop on g6. Ooh, he takes, though. That's not that normal. I guess I'll castle. I would have liked to have done something more aggressive, but I wanted to prevent knight takes d4 tactics, so we'll come back to that. I'm going to defend the d4 pawn, and then I'm going to start rocking my way through over here on the king side. Probably queen g5 was a mistake. I should have played queen g4. I think he should have played queen to d8 to avoid the attack getting out of control as it is about to become. And maybe we'll have our first bell ringer of the day so far, if he lets me deliver the goods. We'll see. We'll see if he wants that bell. Does he want that bell? Hey, come on. I'm inviting you. You want that bell? There's no way to avoid mate. We only ring the bell for checkmate, everybody. Don't get hasty. See, he doesn't want it. You know, you got to respect that. But so the reason I castled here, it's funny, we have two French winnowers, which makes this allows us to dive into the position and the structure and the ideas even more, right? Because we've had it back-to-back, it makes it even more educational, at least for those who play this position for either side. But this is the same line that we saw in the first game, and of course the imbalance here is that black has all the cards on the queen side, the positional advantages, the doubled c-pawns, the threats galore on the c-file and on the diagonals, but black has given up his most critical defensive piece on the dark squares. The absence will be felt, okay? And that's why white plays early queen g4. This is all theory, and again, if you want to see a recent game in this line, go check out Fabiano Caruana's win over Sam Shanklin from the U.S. Championship. Once again, as I already analyzed, it happened after knight b to c6 and queen h5, the main line. Here my opponent again plays a different move than the mainline theory with queen to c7. And I don't know why I'm always obsessed with the fact that there's tactics on h7 and something on e7. It's like I believe that the knight on c6 has some purpose for that, and I think I'm just wrong. I don't see any real immediate way to get pressure any better than I did. It would take a little bit of analyzing the position, because now I want to look at things like this. And just like something that just goes crazy, and there's threats of knight to g5, and who knows what happens next. But there's no real reason for me to do that, because I think that the attack itself is just going to build naturally when you have this much space pointing in one specific direction. It's not going anywhere. So if you don't remember the theory, don't kill yourself trying to pull a rabbit out of the hat and sacrifice a piece. And that's good advice for all openings. So what happened here? So again, he played queen to c7. I played knight e2, which I'm aware it allows c4, which would force the exchange of this bishop. But that's not the end of the world. That does happen in these lines, and then white continues to build on this queenside space. The advantage for black is you've gotten rid of this very dangerous attacking piece. And often you should always take with the f-pawn, by the way. You want to open up the f-file, and also the queen can come over for defensive purposes. But the advantage for white is that black has also closed up the queen side, which makes it a lot harder. I mean, black's attack is going to have to build much more slowly. One of the positional sort of perform surgery on the queen side ideas you can take away is that the queen, if given time, will play things like queen a5 and then inchworm her way forward to hit the c2 pawn, which is much weaker now without the light square bishop. So that's also something to remember about this position. But finally, let's get to the game, because I'm curious if I had anything better. It was interesting, right? I played queen h5 and then knight e2. Of course, after takes and takes, knight c6 threatens knight takes d4. Maybe, kind of, right? At least if I don't have anything concrete, it does. The reason, everybody, is like if you play h4, knight here, if I take, you have queen c3 check. That's why. So hashtag wasn't interested, right? Swipe left on that if you know what I'm talking about, right? Hashtag interest in, pop culture reference to the website I've never used. I'm a married man, but it's kind of like a phrase now. You swipe left on things you don't like. You swipe right on things you do like. I don't know. That's a thing, right? Cool kids get it. So I think this position was still money, and again, the problem here is now you haven't forced me to give up the light square bishop. You've undone my weakness. So if you're looking to develop an attack with moves like a6 and b5, you're kind of you're not better here at all. In fact, white's attack is just so much better than black's, and the pressure on the king side is so much more dangerous, as we saw. So your last chance was something like what happened? Like you did this, and then I played queen g5. You should have played queen to d8 to try to force me to exchange queens or to move this and then give you the pawn. I was just going to exchange queens and happily take the bishop pair into the endgame as like a big advantage, but I still wasn't happy. Probably I should have done the same idea but played queen to g4 so that I avoid this whole idea, as now I can just play h5. So that was, I think, the one mistake I made in the game. But let's move on and find out who's up next. Lots of people here. Lots of action going on. Loving everybody. Loving everything. All right, Alex Ish Del Silva. He said he found how to do it, how to challenge me. It's time to get slaughtered. True that, homie. Love it. Jump on that train. What's going on? What's going on in the chess.com TV chat? Lots of members here. The Q-Pug, Danny. Thanks, man. I see the Q-Pug challenge me, but I've played you before, so you just take a back seat right now, all right? We got a lot of newcomers here, I think. A lot of newcomers here, Mr. Q-Pug. Looking for some peeps. Captain Willard, loving the show. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it, homie. Appreciation. Right? Don't hate, appreciate. And don't ever announce words or say words properly either. That's something that is also we're learning. All right, let's take on a username I don't recognize. Nikika JEA. Nikika, I think I'm saying that. Nikki Cage? I don't know. I mean, we know what happens to Danny when he plays chess. He loses everything in his brain. It all disappears to be replaced by nonsensical blabbering. Here we go. We got a Nimzo. Yo. Which line should I do? I guess I'll do this. Sometimes this position is not as good for black as you would think. Because it's not easy to get after those doubled B pawns. But I think if I can strike with D5 quickly, it's okay, because see, this is a little better, because what I'm doing is I'm forcing these pawns to really become weak by drawing them forward. Now when the queen moves, you're going to see I'm going to play knight to c6 and attack it further, and you really try to target the pawns quickly. But I want to show something after this that could be sort of an educational takeaway for everyone, not to overestimate the weakness of these pawns, because sometimes they're not as weak as you think, and giving up the bishop pair in these Nimzos is maybe not the best thing, yeah? It's like, take a little sip of water, right? Don't mind if I do. But now this position's gonna fall apart like a sweet tart. It's gonna fall apart like a sweet tart on my opponent. At least that's what I'm hoping. Check out this little shenanigan. I'm threatening bishop a6, or I thought I was. Boomtown. Bishop a6. I can take there first. I guess I'll take there first and just win the exchange. Why not? Little pre-move here. Take it. I should have taken his bishop for free, but at this point I saw the time and it was irrelevant. So what happened here in this game? We have a Nimzo. This is all pretty fancy schmanciful stuff. Normally on castles, the main two moves are either a3 or the really sharp e4. But knight f3 is not bad at all. I shouldn't even say that really anymore, because a3 is definitely the main move, but I don't think knight f3 is anything to write home about. I play c5. I think I can also play d5. This is sort of typical. And now after a3, though, it makes me wonder if this is not the best way to play this for me. I don't remember the theory here, at least not right now. But, okay, so one of the risks behind this move is that after you take and I take, if these pawns can remain together, whenever you have pawns like that directly aligned, you're actually really restricting access to squares. The moment you start pushing these pawns forward, by definition, they open up holes and they leave the other one behind, whichever one you do. So that pawn instantly becomes sort of a backward target. And so you really don't want to do that. The move you need to be able to justify here after d5 for Nikika EJEA is to move b3. If you can make b3 work, now what you've done is you've made this a non-threat, because what am I going to do? Undouble your pawns? That doesn't make any sense, and that has beautiful space control, you know. And b3 threatens bishop to b2, which is a nice bishop on the long diagonal, right? And that's not going to be fun for me. So now I'd have to look to be aggressive with knight e4, and I decided I was going to go for this, and I think maybe this line is okay for black. But again, I'm not a scientist. I just stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night, woke up, started playing chess and talking about it. So in all seriousness, I think that though if there is a way for black to strike quickly and expose the potential weakness of this line, then you probably shouldn't do that. You should probably just take back on d4 with the knight and let me bring my bishop to e7. And this is another way to play the position. You can now try to play e4, sort of Maroczy bindish, right? Right, sort of gonna, maybe, you know. I think I'm still gonna try to strike with d5, but I think you should probably either do that, or you can play like g3 and try to play the position this way, where you don't have the Nimzo advantage of the bishop pair because I didn't give it up, but you have a small lead in space, so that would be what I recommend. And again, check out the theory, see if I'm right, but it's definitely a little bit of a good takeaway, just to know that the real reason I was able to be better here is because I was able to quickly expose the pawns. You can also consider taking with the pawn as a means to meet d5 with like c5. You know, here the pawns are sort of together, right? And if I can undermine them, then you're not going to be happy because I'm just going to create more weaknesses. But if I can't, then you have the bishop pair, which is sort of the whole point of playing the classical Nimzo to begin with, right? You're wasting the tempo with your queen on move 4 so that you don't double the pawns. You know, that's sort of the whole philosophical idea behind your line. So if you didn't understand that, you need to know that that's your goal, and you don't want to lose too much time in the process of avoiding those double pawns. So all right, I'm looking for Nitesh. I told you, man. I said, hey, buddy, what's your username? All right, well, he's not here, so we're going to keep on checking in with the chat. How's everybody doing over there at chess.com TV? How's everybody doing over there? You want to be next in line, Thrivex? I don't know, man. I don't make promises I can't keep, which is why I rarely promise things. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs had a quick connection loss to the server. But things seem to be going okay, I think. And let's see, checking out usernames on Twitter too, because people are letting me know. Thanks for the tweets, guys. EU Monty. All right, let's take on another player. Ouchie. That's a username I don't recognize. I'm getting white in every game. What's the deal with that? Oh, no, I just had black. What am I talking about? I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't know. So there we have a subscriber to our Twitch channel. I got to play that guy. Javenisk93823. What's your username on chess.com, bro? Got to give us some perks for subscribing to the Twitch channel, right? Got to do something for the people. Let me know your username, bro. Lots of challenges coming in. I got Egg0210. We got Rope Stop. We got Jellyman698, along with all the other names already listed before. Same username, same bat channel, huh? All right, let's back that thing up. Oh, he's doing pretty good here. He's preventing obvious moves anyway. I don't know that I've played anything worth writing home about, but okay. So he wants to trap my bishop. How about no, Scott? Oops, I blundered a piece. This game is not going the best. That would be the best way to. It's not going the best that any of my games have ever gone. Although now that's going a little better. Get your opponent to blunder the rook, and things will quickly start looking up. That's a queen. Loves a queen. Hashtag pre-move. Hashtag entry. Give a check. Come on, give one more check before you resign. Oh, you always give a check before your game's over, man. Always. Always give a wasted check. I don't even know what to do here. What's the best way to win this? I'm just going to kind of inch my way in. I don't even know. I wanted to win faster than I'm able to win here. He's pre-moving it out. I love that. Oh, but I didn't get to ring the bell. Foiled again in my plans. All right, there's a lot of people waiting, so we're going to back the pedal off of the educational approach here and try to bring some peeps in to the show. Ooh, look at that. We got a really strong player here. Logical Nonsense. I don't even know who this guy is, but he's good. He's good. What are we playing here? Is this 1-0? I should probably pay attention to what it is that I'm playing. Looks like it is 1-0. So always be aware of what I'm playing so that if I have a chance to flag somebody, I can do it. Or be aware that my opponent may attempt to flag me. Also important. Perhaps more important is your opponent's intentions to flag you. Let's go here. Let's pop a pony. Let's pop a pony. Put it right in there. We are loving it. I guess we'll push. Can he do that? Oh man, he can do that. I messed up, didn't I? I messed up big time. That wasn't good. Move over. Run away from the gingerbread man. I'm getting killed here, everybody. This is really bad. Things have gone wrong, Will Robinson. Things have gone terribly wrong. I don't even know what to do here. I guess I'll go here. I'm just like getting killed right now, right? I literally have no idea what to do here. I'm just getting flagged too. Flagged me. All right, rematch you silly little guy. This time I'll try to speed up a little bit. I like this guy. I like it. Nothing like getting flagged with a queen sack. Makes me feel real good. I'm going to tell you what. We've been here before against a King's Indian attack. Let's just say that, right? Everybody knows that the King's Indian attack is muy dangerous. That's a little strange. That's a little strange. I'm not going to trade that guy. No, thank you. Let's go get that guy. Let's go get that guy. Let's go win a piece. I'm just going to run because you know what? We have no problem giving up that. Good counterplay. Check. Check. Game over. All right. We'll get a little bit of revenge on this guy. A little best of 5, right? Now that I started off on the worst possible foot. We'll do this again because that was going well before my bad decision. We'll go there right away. We'll do this again. This is not good for him. And that loses a piece immediately. This idea of allowing my knight in on the queen side is not good for black. He won the first game, but that was a fluke, my friends. That was a fluke. I guess we'll run this thing back. He likes it. I like it. Why not? We both like it. Let's kick that pony out of here. Okay. It's kind of a big fancy trade, right? Yeah. A big fancy trade is all that was. Looked a lot prettier than the results, right? Kind of like my first wife. That's funny, because I've only been married one time. Kind of like my first marriage, you know? Just kidding. Just kidding, but this is going well for me. Just kidding, but this is going well. Get out of here, yeah? Yeah. Would you like to get out of here? Yeah. We would like it if you would get out of here. I guess I'll go for counterplay. I'm not sure it really delivers anything spectacular. But okay. What's he gonna do? He's gonna take it. I'm all good with that. Let's go here. Let's give check. Let's back up. Let's back up again. Right now we're just kind of playing tickle, because I'm actually not 100% sure what the best way is to make progress in this position. That's the honest truth. Uh-oh. Blundered. He didn't see it. Uh-oh. Is he going to get a draw? Not happening. Not happening. All right, we get our revenge. Best of 5. Thank you, Logical Nonsense. I think I even got a little bit of rating points, which is always good at the end of a day to feel like you didn't come away empty-handed. There's my man from Twitch chat. That subscriber. You old subscriber to our channel, you. Javansky 93823. 8675309. 8675309. 8675309. Video killed the radio star. Let's do an 80s mashup. 8675309. 8675309. 8675309. All right, let's do it. Let's take it. Right, let's take here. This is double palms, right? You know it, right? Let's go here. That's a battery, right? A battery full of love and kindness for my side. All right, let's get the C file. C files are, they're my favorite, actually. They taste the best, and they also they pay a lot of dividends, especially if you can be the controller of that C file, said file, You know that person who you knew who, he tried to trick me. That was very, very nice of him. He's trying to trick me. But I'm not biting. I'm just going to launch my pawn then. If you're going to try to trick me, I'm just going to go get a queen. So how's that taste? How you like them apples, right? Just push it. Just bullshit, yeah? He's going to flag. Although I like his effort here. Javonsky, thanks for being a subscriber. Thanks for rocking this bullet brawl, right? Thanks for having a username that inspired me to sing an 80s song. Are you guys enjoying the take on all comers, or you want me to back the pedal off and mix in some educational business? What you want? Yo, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. Said, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I want to play, I want to play, I want to play, I want to play. I want to play on the bullet brawl. So what you think about that? Now you know how I feel. Say you can handle my love. Are you for real? Are you for real? Now don't go wasting my precious time. Get your act together and we'll be just fine. Yo, well, here's a story from A to Z. You want to get with me? You got to learn to like the lady. I don't know the words. She's a breeze. She's a real lady. And as for me, well, you'll see. Calm your body down, the party's all around. Calm your body down, the party's all around. Hey, 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 hey. Calm your body down, the party's all around. Do-do-do-do-do-boom. I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just trying to checkmate. I'm gonna go all in and try to get checkmate. I won't be hasty, I'll give you a try. I'ma take your pony, then I'll say goodbye. Yo, open the H file from do to do. You wanna get with me? You gotta learn about it. Do. I don't know what's going on here, but neither do you. He's a brain do. See, I got the knight defending it. I did calculate that much, right? It's like, now you ain't got nothing here. You got nothing with your attack, right? I'm gonna go take it. Take it. Check it. Right. I'm gonna castle. Right. And as for me, well, you'll see. Whatever happened to the Spice Girls, right? Is that a question that still gets asked? I don't think it does. I think that's not even a thing, Danny. No one wonders what happened to the Spice Girls besides you loser. Thanks, note to self. Okay, so it looks like most of the votes have been educational oriented. They want me to stop singing, stop talking. They basically want me to not be myself but give chess advice. I hear the fans. I hear the fans. Let me see what the Chess TV chat is bringing. Chess TV chat wants me to take on all comers, though, right? So I got this real split. We have like a war, like a throwdown. Like, you ever seen The Outsiders, right? We got Pony Boys Gang starring Patrick Swayze and Ralph Macchio and Matt Dillon, you know. And then you got the Twitch Gang, and they want me to provide some edumacation, Holmes. All right, well, let's do a combination of both. We'll take on a few people, and then we'll provide some edumacation. Let's take on Beyond the Mask. He's a pretty decent player. I like it. Let's do it. Right, I have another Nimzo. We're gonna analyze this game. Ooh, since we got another opening that we've seen before, this should be slightly allow us to elaborate, at least for those. I like giving advice that really helps the people that have been watching the entire show. Not to say I have anything against all of you latecomers, but I have something against all of you latecomers. It's like, be here on time, you know, or don't expect, you know, to get what you need. No, I'm kidding. But this is just like, this is becoming super delicious right now. This is just getting out of control awesome. This could be the first bell ringer of the day. Boom. We finally, you can ring my bell. Ring my bell. So let's back this thing up and take a look at where it all went wrong, because Beyond the Mask is probably a pretty decent player, but just doesn't know what to do against this gambit. So he's about to get a free chess lesson. Again, when I say those late joining, I already had a game in this line earlier, so there'll be things that I sort of reference, and you'll be like, what's he talking about, homie? And you'll be like, oh, man, I wish I was here on time. You know. Anyway, so we have a Nimzo. The whole line with Queen C2, as I referenced, the main three options here are E4, A3, and Knight F3. The last game we saw Knight F3 and talked about that. But A3 is much more forcing. So unlike what I did against Knight F3, for those of you, again, who remember, like C5, I don't have those options anymore. I have to just take on C3. I have to give up the bishop pair, and he's able to take with the queen and not get double pawned. So that's the whole idea behind this line. Now, there are a number of moves here that have been played, you know, from D5 to C5, even H6, which is a really flexible move that avoids bishop G5, is a move that I've played from time to time. It's not that bad, actually. If you're a Nimzo player looking for an underrated line, I'm like a strong player watching the show, like Master Plus, like take that advice, check that out. And you have a couple options. You can sometimes play D5. You can also sometimes play like D6 and E5. There's some interesting things there. But B5 is the line that I've sort of come to make my own as I became less of a chess player and more of a man. See what I did there? No, as I became less of a chess player and just sort of like whatever lines I was studying last, you know, they sort of stick with you. And b5 has this interesting idea where black is sacrificing pawns in order to rapidly develop the queen side in hopes of further exposing white's loss of time, right? Because what white has gained by winning the bishop pair is a little bit of a loss of time. So that's my whole point. I'm trying to accelerate. Now, theory says that this is probably, bishop to g5 and e3 is theory, meaning what most strong players play. This is what white does most often. I think white gets a little bit of an edge in the middle game, but it's playable for black. So that's probably what you see most often. Taking the pawn is actually probably the worst line for white, because now I'm ahead significantly in development, not just the 2 knight moves and not just being castled, but I also have many more open lines than white does. I have access to these files and diagonals. So what you saw in this game was not really a fluke. Not to say that he played the best moves, but this is a really dangerous line for white. So beyond the mask, my tip to you, my friend, learn bishop to g5 here. Knight f3 is also possible with the same principles of giving back the pawn. Okay, that's the advice I'm going to give you to take away. But what happens here is, especially after e3, when you don't even try to pin my knight, what happens here is just I get this accelerated idea. I wonder if I could have already played things like queen a5 check. Probably not. Probably no need. You played bishop to d2 because you're kind of worried about that. And I just developed the rook. I mean, I'm just putting the rook on the c file, and even if it's not the most accurate approach, this is already really dangerous for white. You know, even if you make simple moves here, moves that I played in the game like queen to g5 are possible. One interesting idea is, maybe that doesn't work, but I'm wondering if I could play queen h4. Knight a5 is sometimes a move in this line because you can't take it. You lose a piece, right? And then I'm going to put the knight on c4 and just further grip the light squares. So black has 2 things in play here. The immediate initiative because of the timing loss, but also the long-term potential for compensation on the light squares. So don't take on c6. That's your tip. You're welcome. Let's move on. By the way, I'm following everybody in the chat. I love you all. Alakine Attack, I see you challenge me. I also see that you're spamming the chat. That's not a good way to get my attention. Hashtag grow up, right? No, I'm kidding. Love you. What's going on over here? We have Thryfex. You're a subscriber. What would I do ever since your mother What? Thryfex is saying something I said. Danny, do the what would I do ever since... I don't even remember that. Did I make up a saying about your mother? If I did, I apologize. I don't even remember that, bro. Thryfex, I hear you in the Twitch chat, but I don't know. So, a lot of other people. Thompson 1-2, Meteor 0-0, Alakine Attack, Gakko 1412, Chu Blaka, the Man Hansen. Ooh, there's a title player. Ooh, there's a title player, but it's 1-0. We all know what happens when Danny plays 1-0 while doing the talking. If he loses, then he gets in a bad mood. But if he wins, he's in a great mood. Hashtag gambling addict. Let's do this thing. All right, here we go. Calm your body down, the party's all around. Calm your body down and a do-do-do-do. Ba-doop, ba-doop, doop-doop-doop-doop. FM Matria. Bring it on, home slice. Where you at? Where you at, my brother? You ain't here. Can't sit here. Forrest Gump. You can sit here if you want. And that's when I saw the most beautiful angel I've ever seen in my life. You can sit here if you want. Jenny. Okay, well, he doesn't look like he's here to play. He challenged me, got frustrated that I didn't accept it, and then left the live server. Or he's watching the show and we're on a 30-second lag, and he's about to really regret that because he's about to lose on time. I don't even know what else to say. I'm just going to wait another 6 seconds and see what happens. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Hook's afraid of the old dead croc. Okay, game aborted. Thanks for wasting our time, young man. Alakine Attack, welcome to the show. You also... Wait, it's not Alakine Attack. It's Alakine Attack. You didn't even spell Alakine right. If you meant to spell Alakine and that's how you butchered his name, shame on you. If you didn't and it's like a play to get people like me to misread your name, then touche. Well played, sir. Well played. All right, Chichilian. My boyfriend's back and I'm gonna get in trouble. Hey now, my boyfriend's back. Doo-doo, doo-doo, and I'm doo-doo. Hey now, my boyfriend's back. Hey, and I'm gonna get in trouble, and hey, and that's how you work your queen out. Oops, I messed up big time, and I'm gonna have to sack the queen. Hey now, if he sees bishop e1, I'm lost. He didn't see it. Now ask me if I feel bad. I don't ever feel bad when my opponents miss their chance to beat me. No, never feel bad, cause that's part of the game. Oh. Do. Gonna take some rooks and then checkmate. My boyfriend's back and I'm gonna get in trouble. Hey now, my boyfriend's do. Hey now. All right, combinación of, like I said, edumacation versus just playing. So there was some, we had some edumacation. Now we're playing. Let's take on a few comers and keep the people happy. I want to keep the fresh. I want to keep a turnover coming so that people don't feel like I'm just ignoring their challenges, even though I am actually just ignoring their challenges. But I don't want them to feel that way. You get it, right? Hashtag perception is reality. Okay. Now I'm gonna fix my earlier mistake and play d5. If he wants to give me the bishop pair, so be it. All right, let's fix our weak structure here. I'm gonna explain my positional reasoning next. This will be a good one because it's not really an opening that matters, not really relevant, but it's still could be instructional to see how why I fixed the structure the way I did, because it's gonna help me get my play on the king side, which is what the doctor ordered. It's what the people want. What do the people want, Dan? They want you to checkmate people on the king side. Oh, okay, that's what they want. Yep, that's what they want. Slightly irritating here. I really feel like there should have been something. Blundered my rook. Oh, Andy's up on time. Ouchtown, population me, bro. I blundered my rook. When I was totally winning. Hey now, he blundered the rook. I'm gonna get killed, and there's nothing I can do about it. Wow, that stunk. That stunk up the party right there. That stunk up the party right there. That stunk up the party right there. I don't even know what to do. I'm just losing on time here. Just lost. Wow. Okay. Well, I tip my hat to this good sir. What was I thinking? Now I got to review a loss, right? No one likes to lose games. All right, well, so he played this move c3 and then d4, which the way I played it actually didn't take advantage of it very well. Because it's kind of a passive move, an unnecessary approach, right? So probably the best thing to do is, by the way, why is it doing that again? Matt, right now it won't highlight. I'm right-clicking, and it won't highlight. I'm going to try to refresh the game and see if that fixes it. Nope. So that's a random bug where sometimes you're playing and you just can't highlight. I can't right-click anymore for some reason. All right. So probably the best way to take advantage of this sort of passive thing is to play a move like e4. Oh, it won't let me analyze either. So it's a dual bug when it happens. I can't move and I can't highlight. So if e4 and then d5, I'm getting a more advanced structure. That's how I'm going to get its space advantage, and that's what I should have done. But I took here and then played knight f6 and g6. And a bad opening all around. I mean, this was just a mess. I mean, honestly, if he plays e4 here, I'm just like losing, right? Because he's got a big space advantage. I did exactly what I shouldn't have done to try to expose c3 because he's got his knight on c3, which is active. So a bad opening all around, and actually it's kind of instructive to see because it didn't matter in the game. I was still able to get a pretty decent advantage in the middle game. Once I block the c-pawn, I basically just have to undo it. What I should have done immediately was already just play d5, fix my mistake of not preventing e4 earlier, and then just play d5 and c6 and get this sort of QGD orthodox structure where I can focus on my space on the king side. This is what I should be doing. But like we said, not the best game. Played knight c6 and then rook e8. Now I start fixing it. I realize that I need to wake up and organize my pieces properly. So the next few moves are not only so I collect the bishop here, but this is nice because whenever you have the lead pawns in the center well protected and you can't put pressure on them with your knights, basically the knight here is just misplaced. I'm like biting on granite here, or one of those horse things that horses bite on. So that's not good. And so relocating the knight has a dual purpose. One, get the pony a better future, but two, provide more support for my d-pawn because my d-pawn could come under fire if he played something like queen to b3. Which, by the way, maybe he could have played in this position and been doing well because how do I defend d5? If I play bishop to e6, b7 falls. I guess I could play knight e7 anyway, though. So we get this... We get this a3, knight e7, and then c6. So what I've done is I fixed the structure so that I have no targets on the file. The d-pawn's protected, and now I'm just going to focus on the king side. And that's what I did. I developed my bishop. I want to get the queen battery, and I was able to win this pawn. So this position was pretty much all money until the rook got blundered. But seeing how I was able to kind of re-coordinate after a horrible opening where I practically blacked out, right? Started trancing an 800 rated player there, right? Just wasn't thinking at all, and things didn't go well. But this was all good. I mean, I'm up a pawn. It's a pretty clear advantage. I should take on g3 and be up a pawn. But I blundered my rook, and the rest is history. So that stinks. And with it, I lost like how many rating points? Like 14? Gosh, that stinks. I work hard to maintain this 25-30 rating, right? You know, so that always stinks when I put it on the line here and lose. But okay, enough about me. Let's take on some more players here and keep the people happy. Gakko1412, welcome to the show, my friend. Welcome to the show. Another Scandinavian. Oh, that was a pre-move quickly, and it lost the pawn, and he didn't see it. Yay! I just want a sack here. Come on. Just like, how can this not be good for me, right? I'm going to play queen f3, and that's going to... Delicioso! Right? Love Dora the Explorer. But how creepy is it that, like, when you watch Dora the Explorer with your 4-year-old daughter, when I do, right? It's like you almost feel like more of a creeper if you don't play along. When she asks the questions like, do you see how to get to the Forbidden Forest? And you're like... Right? If you don't play along, then you're just staring at her while all she does is blinks at you. Like, imagine if I was doing this all the time in, like, a bullet brawl. I'm just going to be like, do you see how to find checkmate? Right? I mean, you'd be like, well, if I'm sitting alone, right, in my office and I don't play along with this guy, what does that say about me? You know what I'm saying? So when I meant to play h4, mouse slipping here. So when I watch Dora, it's like, you got to play along. And then you're like, I just like totally interacted with Dora the Explorer for like an hour, And that doesn't feel fantastic either. I probably gotta speed up this thing here. Sorry everybody, I gotta stop the Dora talk because I gotta speed up here if I'm gonna take down this game. I'm gonna have to get magical here. Take. Boom. Look at that. I saw it coming. And now I just want to play tickle for fun. But if he had taken rook takes g7 was mate. I saw this idea coming with the bishop and rook, I swear. So I was waiting for it to work. It didn't work unless his queen left g7. And almost like I psychically sent it to him. Boom. Is that not fun? Hashtag bell rung. Anyway, so enough about Dora the Explorer. But it's weird if you ever watch one time. And then the other thing is weird. It's like, does her parents ever do anything about the fact that she's on adventures with animals all the time? I mean, what's the deal, right? The mom is like an alcoholic, right, at home, right? Just like, whatever, Dora, just do what you want to do, right? It's not a functional TV show. But hey, my 4-year-old learned something. So there you go. All right, here we go. Let's keep going. E4 against Psi 2590. Are these zip codes that people are putting in their name? Because all it does is make me want to sing 8675309 8675. Yeah, this is the line. Yeah, we'll make this an educational one. I'm going to play the Gambito. You're going to like this one, yeah? If he goes for it. We'll see if he does. Yeah, I can also play d5 there, but this is a gambit. This is a gambit the white plays for a monster initiative, and knight to c6 already loses on the spot. That's how dangerous this gambit is. What, Danny? Teach me your ways. Oh, I'll feed you, baby bird. Don't you worry about it. Game's over. Game's over, and that's a rook. I will show you my ways. I will teach you the ways of the dark side. Learn the ways of the dark side. Of the dark side. The ways of the dark side. Where's the checkmate? This is going to be nasty. This is going to be nasty. Come on, where's the mate, bro? All right, I'll just win pieces, fine. Anyway, so this will be a good lesson for all those at home wondering how Black's position went so wrong so fast. A very dangerous position. So now it comes back, Matt. So I don't know what it's very difficult to replicate this bug, but at least they can see it. It happens from time to time where you just lose the ability to analyze a game afterwards, that's not good. We need stability. So this is a Caro-Kann, Caro-Can't, and I played a Panoff Botvinnik, which is Funtown. Isolated queen pawns, you get it. And, okay, after knight to c6, there are two main lines. I can play knight f3, which is like the classical version of the Caro-Kann. And the main line after knight f3 is like bishop g4, takes, and here. And you get these, this is like a well-known line that, white ends up with an isolated queen pawn. White ends up with an isolated queen pawn, and black ends up with, has to kind of catch up in development, something like this. I don't know. I stopped paying attention years ago. But that's actually a line you should know. Bishop to g5 is a little bit more challenging as far as, the sharpness of the position. So knight f3 might be something that most players learn initially when they develop the classical approach against the Panoff Botvinnik. It's not bad. I mean, you can keep playing it. Psi 2590. You've done nothing wrong. All right, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Robin Williams, Good Will Hunting. But now it is your fault. After bishop to g5, the more solid line, if you want to avoid the sharp stuff, is just play bishop to e6. You overprotect the pawn on d5. You avoid immediate tactics. I've had several games in this line. I think I even have a game in the database where I lost to Eugene Perelstein, who just happens to be hosting the show right after this. He's hosting Man vs. Machine, so if you haven't been watching Eugene's show, that's a you problem. Make sure you stick around at 2 o'clock. He's going to be here. I think I lost the game to Eugene in this line. The main move is a3, and the idea is that it prevents you from taking because I can capture and win a piece. And then there's several moves. One of them is just g6, and you sort of invite white to give up the bishop pair, but white has like a positional edge here with this massive sort of 3-on-2 pawn majority. So there's different things that can happen here to make it unbalanced. But d takes c4 is the move you should not be playing unless you know what you're doing, because both lines are really sharp. One, I can play d5, which is already a mess and a half, okay? You can play knight to e5, and you're threatening to play knight d3 check to get rid of the bishop pair. I can also play bishop takes c4 and then pick up the pony this way. This is all theory. White's a teeny bit better, but black is doing fine. But after d takes c4, if I play bishop takes and invite the gambit, you really got to know what you're doing if you're going to take the pawn. I think a lot of players, Daniel Friedman, who's a strong German grandmaster, plays this line as black. I recommend checking out his games if you are a Caro-Kann player. He plays the move h6 as like an intermezzo because there's some advantages to then taking the pawn and having the move g5 to throw in. So you can think about that. And I don't really want to give up the bishop pair. But this is just dangerous. After takes, and castles, your only move in this position is e5. And then after f4, your only move is bishop to g4. It's all like force theory. And after knight f3, and we get all these taking, white just sacrifices the exchange and gets on sort of like a steamroll train to try to checkmate you in the center. Things get wild, things get weird. Buy the DVD, see the extra features and the director's cut. But that's what you have to play. After knight to c6, the game is already over. I'm winning a rook or checkmate. So very common little trap. Very interesting little line. If you don't know it, make notes. And there you go, peeps. So we're running out of time. That is going to be my last educational game of the day. So if you're here for the commentary and the tricks, you can now leave. If you're here to hope to get a game, I'm just going to take on as many people as I can for the next 10 minutes or so. Then we're going to log off. We're going to kick this thing to Eugene, who's going to take on Komodo, the evil engine. Probably the most evil thing on the planet currently. So that's not good. But he's gonna try to defend humanity once again. So here we go. Let's take this guy down. Wait, no, that's a 5-minute game, bro. I think I just accepted a 5-minute game, so that's not gonna work. We don't want that. Well, let's go see who's active in the chat and give them rewards. Hey everybody, make sure you subscribe to our Twitch. Been trying to give some of the Twitch subscribers our love. Thanks for using our special little emoticons, the sombrero. Who else we got? We got all kinds of people in Twitch. Welcome, everybody. Gakko played the wrong opening from move 3. Sorry, man. I know. That happens. I black out from time to time, too. So you want me to try to get some rating points, but then I have to find some high-rated players, and I already lost to a 2,000. So that didn't help the cause. I don't think I got a lot of people waiting for games. I don't think I can just start looking for high-rated players. But let's try to take on one 2,000-rated player, because I might win a single point if I win this game. I might win just a single point, right? Oops, I pre-moved that. Oh, that was sweet, right? That was weird. Both of us playing bad moves. That was just bad by both of us. That was, it's like, what's going on here, right? What's going on here? What's happening here? I'm serious. I don't know what's going on here. I'm not even sure if I'm impersonating a valley girl or my 4-year-old daughter, because that's how, because she degrades me. She thinks she's better than me. My daughter does, and she is. She's smarter than me, but, she doesn't have to make me feel that way, Let's just castle. I don't even know what's going on here. I literally have no idea what's going on here. I'm like a fish out of land. There is no such thing as global warmification. Yes, please. No, please. Hashtag close the file. Hashtag keep it real. Hashtag prevention of space gaining. Let's go for our own little attack, shall we? I feel like I can deliver the goods here if I can just beat him to the punch. Oops, that did not beat him to the punch, but at least I have that little bailout idea. That did not beat him to the punch yet. Let's take it. No, let's push here. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna checkmate me? I don't see the mate immediately, so I'm gonna do it. I feel like there should be a way for me to mate him here, right? Shouldn't there be? I mean, it looks like he's just about to go down here. Right? I mean, that's not mate. It felt like mate. Feels like that should have been mate, right? If the chess gods were ever fair. All right. Well, thank you, Ropestop, for coming. Jellyman, I know you've been in the chat waiting. You've been patiently waiting. Thank you for sticking around. Welcome to the Bullet Brawl. Welcome to the party. I want everyone to get in on this. And that's not going to be possible, but I do want it to happen. Oh, wait, you played a 10-0 game, Jellyman. Yo, bro. Come on, man. Oh, look at that, a title player. But they always challenge me to 1-0. They always come back for my cookies, right? They want my rating points. How about you challenge me to 1-1 like a man? Just kidding. I don't even know. Or like a very strong female chess player as well. I don't, no stereotypes from this guy, all right? But seriously, I mean, it's like challenge me to a game of rated chess where I have a little bit of an increment. That's what I really want. Yo, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I told you what I want, what I really, really want. What am I doing? This is horrible for me. This is horrible. Literally, this is an absolutely awful position right now. I definitely lost my way. Go for it. Don't be shy. Go for it, Dan. Thanks, Dan. Oops. Bad move, Dan. Thanks, Dan. Bad move, Dan. Blundering away the game, Dan. Check. Oh, if only I had a win here. I don't, though. Oh no, I just blundered away the possibility of a win. That was just stupid of me. I was just winning. Never again. Oop, mouse slip. Apparently, maybe it will happen again. Oh, that was frustrating. I'm not happy. I am not happy. This is my not happy face. I'm not happy right now. Do you get it? I'm not happy right now at all. And now I'm blundering. I'm blundering away the game. And I'm frustrated about it. Now I'm on tilt. I don't even know what to do. Like, I have no moves. Town. Yeah. All right. Last chance. Last chance to right the wrong that was done. Last chance to turn things around. Let's not blunder away. Let's focus. Probably that was unnecessary by me. But okay. We'll go here. Why not? Oops. I think that was a big blunder by me, but he didn't take advantage of it. But now I can prevent complete disaster. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Resigns. Resigns. Well, that was not a good way to end the show. This went 0-3. I'm going to keep playing this guy, just not on the camera, because you see this right here? It's ugly. It's ugly and it's frustrated. And it's going to keep referring to itself in the third person. It's going to wish you the best day, though. Hope you enjoyed the Bullet Brawl. Subscribe to us on Twitch. Follow us on all that stupid stuff. Just, make sure you're helping us promote chess and all that stuff. Thanks, everybody. See ya.